Guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I had some technical difficulties earlier. Hopefully that has cleared up. I've had some lunch, got a few chores done here and there, and now I'm back over in Watcher of Realms to continue where we left off. All right, let's hop to the Watcher of Realms channel and check and see where we're at. All right, looks like I've got 137 stamina to work with. Let's go ahead and toss that directly into some Gear Raid 3 over here for the Oracle Trials. I could try to actually do one of these stage 19s here soon with the Gear Raids and open up something that they were talking about earlier, some tower of, what was it, Tower of Siege or Tower of, I don't know, Tower of something. But I think I won't do it quite yet. Let's max this out. Maybe later on, we'll see. For now, I would like to try to do some more summons here in a little bit. But first, we're going to knock out some of this other stuff. So we've got some rewards to claim over in the Arrival of Heroes. Looks like we've got 3 legendary skill crystal shards and 100 stamina there. Nice. Nice to get that extra stamina to work with for sure. Okay, we also have something to claim in the summon window. It is 15 diamonds. Let's grab those. And then in the guild quest, clear faction trial on any difficulty level 1 time. And for that, we get 22 guild coins, 20 guild activity, and 1 small stamina potion. All right, now, we haven't challenged Drake's Chasm twice today. We'll do that later on, though. For now, let's fall over to the mail, because it looks like we have... it's a promo from Cody. I'm going to thank him for that. And I'm going to tell you what it is. It's WOR Mango 5Z is the promo. So I'm going to type that out. Yeah, that way you can all see what it is. It's WOR Mango 5Z. Right? So, that is a promo. I'm going to go claim that real quick. So, we go over to the profile window, go to settings, go down to redeem code, and then type it in here. WOR Mango 5Z. And we'll see what we get. Redemption successful. Get out of there, come over here, and go to the mailbox. And it says CDP reward. Dear Commander, the attached is your CDP reward. Have fun in the game. And it's 100 diamonds. Thank you, Cody, for that. Alright, we got that. And then we also have Bo Root in his blacksmith's area over here at Orban Association. We're going to smart purchase and grab that gray guy right there. Alright, now, have I gotten the huge stamina? I did grab the huge stamina potion today, so that's all well and good. Okay. So, next is, I think the events tab is where I want to look next. We've got Soul's Ascent, and of course that shows us all of the events going on in this larger event. We got the W Gold gift here with the quests. Perform 50 hero summons, and for that we get 50 W Gold, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then we've got Spiritual Altar here with multiple things to claim. We've got 100 diamonds, 100 legendary skill dust, 100 epic skill dust, 1 4-star psychic power token, 1 epic skill crystal, and 150,000 gold. Okay, now, in the Wizard's Sword, we have many things to claim. We summoned 5 times, and for that we get 50,000 gold. Summoned 10 times, get 200,000 gold. 15 times for 1 rare summoning crystal. 20 times for 1 rare summoning crystal. Then we have obtained 20 pieces of gear from Gear Raid, giving us 4 huge stamina potions. Obtained 30 pieces of gear, gives us 6 huge stamina potions. And participating in the arena 5 times gives us 2 arena permits. Speaking of the arena, let's go check that out. Because we can refresh and find someone perhaps to go up against. We'll see. We gained 2 arena coins from defending against other players while we were gone. And as you can see, all of these guys are a little bit too high for me. But we'll refresh and see if that changes or not. It has not really changed. The lowest VP on the board at the moment is 407,976. which is about 60,000 VP higher than what my current team has. So I'm going to not go up against that. Choosing not to participate in that. Okay, over here. Oh, hey, Odie has another promo here. Very cool. It's WOR Fast 9V. Well, I never sent my first thanks, so that works. Now let's give you all that code here. It's WOR Fast 9V in the chat. Okay, now back over to the player profile, go to settings, go to redeem code, and it was WOR Fast 9V. Alright, let's see what that is. Redemption successful, go out, come over to the mailbox, and it says, Dear Commander, the attached is your CDP reward. Have fun in the game. And we got 100 more diamonds for that. Very nice. I like it. Okay, out of there. Oh, another message. That was Cody. He's toasting us. Yeah. Alright. Oracle's Trial. Forgotten Palace. We have gotten enough to get these 8-year recasting hammer shards. Pick those up. And now what? Okay. So kind of looking it over. I think now I'm going to go to the faction trials over here, because I did the basic one, but I haven't had a look at the other one. It's the trial of the esotericists. Alright. You have to deploy 2 healers for this. And I think that's where my hang-up was last time. I think maybe I didn't have 2 healers. Let's check. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Alright, let's go look. Click buy it. Maybe I have them now, but I don't think so. No, I still only have 1 healer. And I mean, I could just sort by healers, and that would make it very current, I suppose. 1 healer really is it. So I actually can't clear this stage until I luck into another healer. It's a shame, but it's the way it is. I'm not going to auto fight it though, because I am going to do some summons. There's a possibility, I could get another healer in that faction. I wonder who they are. This is the Esotericist faction. Let's go over to the gallery and let's check out the Esotericists and see what we actually have in the way of healers in that faction. Alright, let's see. Looking through the faction members, looks like Elowen is one. That would be nice to have. I think that Elowen comes in handy in a number of places. Actually, looks like there's quite a few healers. I don't know who this dragon scale guy is, but I think I've seen him before, possibly. I mean, hey, honestly, all of these lizard folks kind of look the same to me, to be fair. They're just wearing different clothing, right? This is Desomi. I don't know Desomi. Then we have this one here. Lizardkin, is that what they call it? They call it, I don't know. Scalekin, that's it. Scalekin. Ezra. This is the one that I've seen before. I don't know where I've seen him, but I've definitely seen him around. So that's a possibility. We've got Elowen, Ezra, Desomi. Who else is available in the way of healers? This girl here, I've seen her too, Narissa. I've seen her in Arena for sure. What did I just say her name was? Narissa, is that right? Yeah, Narissa. Okay. So that's the 4th one we could draw. And that was just in the legendary, guys. Well, alright, that looks like our options. We would have to get one of those 4 in order to be able to continue in this faction trial. That's not great. Well, and I don't love it, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. So they were just talking about the unnamed guys earlier, saying there were only these 2. It's Ajax, which I have, and then this is Emeret. Emeret is Anora's, I guess Anora's lover. And I think he's got a bond skill with Anora somewhere. I don't know. let me see, there we go. All right. Bond skill and dying devotion, and that's with Enora. It says obtain a hero Enora to unlock the following bonus effect. There's a 20% chance to inflict an extra stack of Winter's Bite. Winter's Bite reduces movement speed by 25%, stacking up to 3 times. It takes effect only when it's stronger than the current slow effect on the same attribute. When reaching 3 stacks, it converts to freezing the target for 2 seconds. Within Boreal Winds, any allied hero who inflicts Winter's Bite on the target with freeze will trigger Cold Wave, dealing magic damage 1 time equal to 100% of that allied hero's attack. So that's Winter's Bite. When Emerald receives fatal damage for the first time, he transforms into Dragon Egg with all his rage cleared. In Dragon Egg, he inherits 50% of max HP, reduces block by 1, and stops gaining rage during its existence. If killed, deals 200% AoE damage to up to 10 adjacent enemies, and inflicts freeze for 1 second. If not killed within 20 seconds, the hero revives. That's interesting. I have never obviously used Emmerich, so I don't have him, and I haven't borrowed him from anyone or anything. He has Ancient Blood, which increases the team member's damage by 4%. Now, they were saying that he's basically a lord, and I would say in some ways, maybe these two are kind of better than lords in the fact that they can be used in addition to lords. So they take on the attributes of, basically they get the lord bonus. They apply to any faction, and they also have a bonus that they give to their team. So it's like having an extra lord into your group. So not as good of a lord. Like their bonus isn't as good, but it is essentially a lord bonus without it being called a lord bonus. Kind of cool. But you can only have 1 unnamed hero per team. So if you have Immerant and also have Ajax, then you can only bring one or the other of those along with you. So there you go. Now, back out of there. Not really anything I can do currently as far as the faction trial goes. And until I see what I summon, I don't want to go forward with that. We've got some background fights finished. 54,120 gold, 4,500 XP potions, a variety of gear, 140 Forgotten Palace trophies, 70 Infernal Emblems, and 10 Fallen Reaper Duty Soldier Shards. Alright, got that knocked out. I'm going to check over in the mine and see what we have. It is 2,500 gold, 2,500 XP potions, 17 stamina, and 1 auto-fight attempt. There's 2 mithril. Let's claim all that. And then, I want to check, you know what, let's get the idle rewards over here. We got, let's look at 10 quick clear tickets, 2 insignia melee attack 3s, 2 arena permits, 3 auto-fight attempts, and 1 huge stamina potion there. Okay. I want to look at the Odyssey and see how far we are there. Still a ways to go. We have 147,000 more stamina to use up, or XP rather, to gain, before we can move forward with that. Over on the Siege of Tya, we have this box with 30 combat merit in it. Now, what's going on with the ritual? It's got a red. Oh, okay, that's just the same as usual. Suppose I could summon Orin's assistance. I have 4,200 stamina, or supplies. Let's go ahead and do that. So we got 100 combat merit for, I guess, for clicking that button, and now all of our allies' damage, I suppose, will be increased once we get Orin's assistance. I'm not really sure how that works. I'm assuming that once this gets up to the 20 million that it needs, that this Orin's assistance is going to kick in at that point. Not really sure. Alright, so we've helped, aided and abetted small amount on that. I don't think I've done any of the quests. I haven't, so we can donate supplies times 300 and get a reward there. May as well do it. Let's go and look for what we need is a little hand with little sparkles above it. And I want to get the one that's closest to being done. So right now I see this one at 74%. Let's look around and see if we can find anything closer than 74. There's 89%. That's probably going to be the highest. So we have an 89% for the hand. Let's see. There's an 84%, 88%. Not quite there. Looking for 89% here. Actually, we're looking for above 89%. Ideally, 89% would be a tie with what we've already seen, so not all that useful. If you guys see anything above that while I'm going along that I miss, be sure to let me know. As we all know, I'm not the most visual of people. Alright, so it's looking to me like 89% is going to be the highest, which I thought it probably would when I saw it. But you never know, right? Now to find it. Where did it go? Looking for 89% on a hand. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Alright, so let us donate 300 supplies to the cause. Alright, we got 300 combat merit in exchange. And we can go over to quests and claim our 50 morale for that. Now, we could spend morale 200 times and get 300. Well, actually, we'll end up getting 600 supplies for that at the end of the day because, you know, we add them all up. That's where you're at. We can't do the World Eater Ezra yet because he's not available until after we finish off Phineas. Phineas is right here. He's at 92%. Let's see if we can help with this at all. Okay, his purification score is 92.566 at the moment. And we can perhaps invite some folks along. Maybe somebody is ready to do some fights here. Alright, we're gonna try, maybe Genus is available, maybe Gervon Dark is available. Let's see. Let's try Live MZGTTV. Let's see what else we got. Well, we got a couple people, I think. Nope, one person, Gervon Dark so far. And then we're just gonna go down and invite whoever's left. So we got Chubby Waffles, Buddy Joa, C. Struthers, Eric. We got TK Stomper, Derelict 8, and 3-Eye Monkey in there. Alright, there's Chubby Waffles. Sounds good. Let's go ahead then. We've got, I want to put down Aries first. And the goal is to try to debuff this guy a little bit with my guys. And hopefully Chubby Waffles and Gervon Dark are going to damage him pretty well. We'll see. We can always hope, right? Alright. Okay, he's taking that side. Looks like he's got the middle. So, I'm gonna go on this side with these guys. I probably could have set that up a little bit better, but that's okay. It's good enough, I think. Turn on the ultimates. And let's check out the overall statistics. So we've got Valderon at the top, followed by Count Dracula, then Gretchen, Numera, Cithra. Nope, Cithra's now, they're jockeying for position, Numera and Cithra. Then we got Warren, Nastia, Valara, Arrogance, Volca, Wrath, Ares, Ajax, and then somebody named Carnelian. I've never seen or heard of Carnelian before. Let's see if this is Carnelian. It is. So Carnelian has Soul Infusion. Grants Soul Essence to all allies with HP below 50% in range, and grants physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction to all allies in range. So basically this is something that is buffing the other heroes. I wonder if Carnelian also does some debuffs or if she only does buffs. Curiosity. Alright, so I know all the other names that are on here. I don't necessarily know exactly what they do, but I know the names themselves. Like Cithra, I've seen her multiple times, but I never remember what she looks like or what she does. Let's look at Ezra. He was one of the healers that I could use from the Esoteria faction. He has Verdant Rejuvenation, grants a 260% attack-based healing to one ally, and also grants them the hero's talent effect lasting for 4 seconds. I wonder what his talent effect is that they get added. That's kind of neat, but it would be more helpful if I knew what it was. Here's Valara with Wings of Pegasus. Moves to a selected deployable tile within 4 tiles, ending her invisibility. Gains bonus attack range, and each attack deals 260% AoE damage to 10 enemy targets. Additionally, her talent inflicts a stronger slow. It says a stronger slow, so like, stronger than what though? I mean, that's a comparative word, right? So, who are we comparing to? No idea. Here's Vorn. Vorn is a poison guy, I think. He has Unshackled Frenzy. It dispels up to 1 buff from the target, then basic attack turns into 3 consecutive strikes, dealing 3 instances of 90% damage and inflicting 2 tops of poison on the target. For each stack of poison, I think the thing takes an additional 1% damage. Alright, we got 725 combat merit, 160 supplies, 30,000 XP potions, 1 gear recasting hammer shard, and 15,000 gold for that. We dealt a total of 1,241,780,000 damage, purification score of 2,483. And if we look over here, we've got Gurvan Dark at the top with, let's see, 264,332 damage being dealt by someone who I don't know the name of. I've seen him. It might be an alternate skin, like it's a skin of, I don't know, maybe Balduran, not sure. Then we have some vampire guy here. He dealt 211,997,000 damage during that fight. Oh, and then we have this girl, the one who has her, she's got like a tiara, but the tiara is slipped over her face because her head is obviously too small for this tiara. I don't know what to tell the girl. I mean, I feel like maybe get a jeweler or something to resize that. It just isn't. It's not working for me. I feel like she can't see, but she still did 175,729,000 damage. Just imagine what she could do if she had eyes. It would be amazing. All right. Now, next we have. I think this is Chubby Waffles here. He did a total of 387,030,000 damage, 30,300. Sorry, my reading skills were bad. Here's Numera with 128,308,000, followed by Vorn at 107,000. It's 107,659,000, and Glenn and Nastia at 76,945,500. I would have thought Nastia would be a little higher up, but apparently not. I think that Vorn is very useful. I want, is he a lord? I'm not sure. I think he might be a lord. Maybe I'm wrong too, so don't quote me on that. All right. Overall, though, did pretty well. We're going to click OK. From the Astral Remnants, a feast of slaughter breeds. Okay, so we threw a fight over at him. I wonder if we should toss some more at him. Probably so, right? Let's get a few more because I've got 1,770 morale right now, and I feel like we could certainly toss some of that toward old Phineas here, and then we could do some with Ezra later without any trouble. What's this little banner? Tile location: Lord of Desolation. Title type: boss. Old formation, occupy the area, step by step. Well, we click this. Oh, look at that. There's different messages we can send. There's target confirmed, attack the area with full force, or execute the plan, lock onto the target, and attack. And now, we're just yelling in this next one. Everyone, the target is over here. This is great. All right, so we've got focus on this area. Let's expedite our advance. The enemy is weak here. We must take this area. Occupy it first. Perfect victory starts here. Coordinates marked. Let's head over there. This is a prime spot. Let's occupy it. According to intel, this area is a priority target. This is a key location. Prioritize deploying forces here. I assume these go out to our guild, but I'm not sure. Resource points nearby. Advance steadily. Glory to Tya. This is a key location. Speed is of the essence. Strength and honor to divine Tya. Seize this area and raise our banner. Fight to the bitter end. Leave no regrets. Leave no regrets. Yeah, don't leave them behind. Take them with you. The light of victory guides us forward. Well, let's try this. I love leaving no regrets. We don't want to leave any regrets behind when we can just take them with us. Let's do it. Current guild 7-day activity, something or other. I think it was saying if we haven't had enough activity in the guild for me to send it, that's a shame. Oh, look at that. I'm getting invited to a fight by Bug of Joy. Absolutely. Let's do it. Can I invite someone when I'm in someone else's team? It doesn't look like it. I don't have any way to click the button. What shape? I can click ready though. Click ready. Now can I invite someone? No. Looks like only Bug of Joy can do the inviting if he's leading the team. What a shame. What a shame. Yeah, hopefully he'll invite somebody exciting. Or he can use a Memoria. Oh, there's Cody. Cool. Alright. I didn't know you were in at the moment, Cody. Very nice. Alright. People are steadily donating, and they like to donate the 1,000 because they get all of those bonuses, and I get it. I just don't really feel like I have the diamonds to toss at it. Alright. Looks like Bug of Joy has about 60,000 more VP than I do too. Man. Numbers, they're so big. Alright, let's see. Somebody's taking the middle. Let's see where Bug's going. Well, I don't see anything, so I'm going to take, oops, I was going to take the left. Guess I'll take the right. Alright. We're going to take like so, and then we're going to put Volca here, and then Ajax over here, and Wrath, rather, right here. Turn on the ultimates, and then flip on the statistics. We got Count Dracula at the top, followed by Sun Wukong, then Jiri, Neza, and Sun Wukong again. So we got 2 Sun Wukongs going. Means Cody and Bug of Joy have both brought their Sun Wukongs. Warren is down there. I feel like Warren is Cody's. Iovar is involved in this. We have 2 Ajaxes on the board. One of them is mine. One of them, I don't know. Is it Bug of Joy's? Possibly. Not sure. Who we got down here? We've got Sun Wukong. Well, okay. He has Splitting Hairs, deals 100% damage 18 times to one enemy, and then quick stun. And he is, he's also the one who makes the copies of himself, up to 3 copies can be out of him per guy, right? Here's Tajiri with Tranquil Flexion. Sheathes the blade and prepares to launch an extra sweeping strike after up to 8 seconds. When receiving direct damage while sheathed, parries the damage and launches the extra sweeping strike early. If parry is triggered within 3 seconds of entering the sheathed state, launches Info Strike instead, unable to use basic attack during the sheathed state. Now we have Nazal with Red Lotus Revenge. When activated, increases attack by 60% and expands attack range to create Windfire Whirl, lasting for 30 seconds. When the ultimate ends, deals up to 300% AoE damage to a maximum of 10 enemies in range based on the number of weapon switches performed during their ultimate. Alright, then I think that's Sun Wukong. He's a little clone there. We've got Leia over here with Divine Grace, restores 10% rage for all allies in range immediately. Afterward, applies rage regen to them every 1 second for 10 seconds. This effect doesn't affect hero's rage. We got 15 seconds left. And let's come over here to check this one out. Iovar. Infinite Blades consumes all flying swords and activates the flying sword formation to continuously deal 31% damage. Yeah. Cody says I can do another after just gotta clear some champs. Alright, cool. Okay, I've got 650 combat merit, 135 supplies, 30 stamina, and 30,000 XP potions for that. we did 931,193,000 damage total. Purification score of 1,862 there. Looks like that would be Cody there at the top. Sun Wukong did 318,598,000 of that, followed by Dracula, Count Dracula that is, at 232,380,000. And then Kajiri's next at 127,769. All right. From Bagajoa's stuff, Sun Wukong was at the top, 35 million. This is interesting. So, I think Bagajoa's level 70 something, maybe like 74, something like that. And so at that level, and who knows, exactly what, how many awakenings or anything, probably just one awakening, I would imagine, with Sun Wukong. He did 35,437,700. Now compare that to this Sun Wukong over here, did 318,598,000. So that's Cody's at level 100 in, I'm sure, quite better gear, awakened up, all that. So Bagajoa's did a 10th of the damage, approximately a 10th of the damage that Cody's Sun Wukong did. It's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. All right. Then on mine, Arrogance topped mine at 17,788,800. Alrighty. Now, click on through here. Deep within the rift, the lurking malice opens its eyes. Is that the lurking malice? Maybe. Alright, over on the quest, we did spend morale times 60 today, and therefore we get this bag of 100 supplies. Okay. I'm not sure how the gear switching is going over there, and who all may be available or not available at the moment, but let's toss another fight at the Lord of Desolation over there. Now, he's at 93.212%, so it's going up steadily. It's not going to be too long before this Lord of Desolation is done for. Alright, let us invite, and we're going to go first with Cody, and if we can find Bagajoa if he's still on. He's not. He's busy. So we can't invite him. But we'll invite Cody, we'll invite Genus, Gurvandar, and then who else? We've got Live MZGTTV, and then there was Demon Con over here. And let's see what it's looking like out here. So far we've got Cody in group, and we're waiting on another. So I'll invite everybody else at this point. We've got Chubby. Oh, there's Bagajoa. Chubby Waffles, Bagajoa, Sea Struthers, TK Stomper, and Unlucky J. Alright, looks like TK Stomper's come along. Let us go for it. Well, we can't quite. TK Stomper has to confirm first. I don't know what level TK Stomper is, but we shall see. It looks like 72, so around the same level as me, and his BP is a little bit higher. Not terrible, a little bit. See what we can do with this. I doubt we'll break 1 billion, but I'm thinking we can do over 800,000 probably. Alright, let's first throw out Ares, of course, and it looks like I'm going on the right side of the map this time. Ultimates, turn those on too. Okay. Overall statistics, we got Numera at the top, followed by Lyra, then Nastya. Now, where's Lyra? Let's find her. Okay, Lyra is that girl with the little, I don't know what I want to call it. It's basically a circlet. She has Starfall Strike, summons a meteor to deal 700% damage to one immediate range, and inflict burning on it. So that's pretty cool. So it does have a detriment to put on, and also it does straight up 700% damage. It's pretty cool. Alright, so that would explain why she's always so high at the top. Now, I don't know what else she has, or even what class she is. But pretty interesting. Block of 1. Okay, so I would assume she's a mage. That would make the most sense, right? Here we have Iris with Litany of Mercy. Applies healing prayer to one ally with the lowest HP percentage in range. Okay. That's worn. I want to see if we've got... Okay. Ingrid, I don't really know exactly what she does, but she switches, I think, between two stances, and I think it's single target versus multi-target. Here's Boreas with Frosty Endowment, activates Eternal Ice Haven and increases damage by 175%. Each attack will reduce the trigger interval of the next Frozen Purification by 1 second. The effect lasts for 25 seconds. Okay. Looks like we, mostly we've got, I think entirely, we've got Cody's team at the top here. Lyra, Numera, and Nastia born Ingrid and Sun Wukong. I think so. Yeah, I think so. But we'll see how it turns out. Completed that. We did very well. We got 1,172,040,000. That's very good. Purification score is 2,344. We got 725 combat merit, 160 supplies, 10 Singwin fabrics, 15,000 gold, and 8 quick clear tickets. Okay, looking at the stats, he did the vast majority of the damage here, 83% of it, and topped with Lyra, 297,953,000, followed by Numera at 297,272,000, and then Nastia at 205,886,000, which is going to, significantly more than our entire team's did over here. This fella here did 41,026,800 with Ingrid, I think is who that is. And then 37,894,300 Sun Wukong, 22,346,700 with Dailies. Cool. So he was the one with Ingrid. And that's Sun Wukong. Excellent. All right, and then my crew, we got Arrogance at the top with 26,768,700. Cody says he's got 350 more morale. Well, that's pretty good. We could probably do some more. The Whales of the Living ignite the Crown of Wrath. Don't see why not, right? 93% of the way done with old Phineas. It's 93.5% almost. Very nice. Let us continue our assault on Phineas. Okay, rolling bites. First, we've got Cody here. Oh, Rubian's on. Hey, Rubian. And then we'll do Van Dark. He comes along to some things sometimes. I think that we have her fulfilled. We do. So I think that's a Rubian there. Possibly. We shall see. Alright, looks like he's ready. Alright, almost ready to go. There's that third check mark there. Looks like my internet's not too far behind you guys now. Alright. So we got somebody going in the middle. I'm going to try the left side. It seems like people normally go on the right side and the middle. That's what I've observed. Alright, turn on the overall statistics over here. And kind of look at the list. Sun Wukong is at the top currently. I bet you Lyra may pass it up. You never know. Maybe not. Those two are both very good at this fight, it seems. All right. Now, let's kind of look at some of these guys we've got over here. That's Sun Wukong. We've been over him a few times. Let's try, okay, Ingrid. Kiri, we've been over recently. Let's do Nastya. She has Venomous Hatred. Deals 320% damage 6 times to one enemy with the highest HP range, and each hit is guaranteed to inflict 1 stack of poison and magic resistance reduction. For every 1 stack of poison on the target, increases this ultimate's damage multiplier by 1%, up to an increase of 30%. So that would definitely be good for stacking detachments. This one is Lyra, the one that we looked at a moment ago, and then we checked out Warren recently as well. That's my team over there. So I think we've hit most of these. We do have Front Dracula here with Mind Shackle. Deals 60% damage 5 times per second to one enemy unit in range for 15 seconds, and inflicts anti-healing for 5 seconds. During the ultimate, the hero cannot be healed, suffers HP drain equal to 15% of his current HP per second, and gains 10% damage increase for every 100 bonus attack speed. Soul Soften stacks cannot be gained during the ultimate, and all stacks will be consumed when the ultimate ends. And I think you get those soul stacks from your compatriots attacking, right? I think so, unless I misremember that. And so when he's not doing his ultimate, the soul siphon things stack up, and then he does his damage essentially based on the damage that the other guys have done when he's not using his ultimate. So our total damage that time was 1,820,060,000. Purification score was 3,640. We got 875 combat merit, 200 supplies, 30 stamina, 8 quick clear tickets, and 15,000 gold there. I think that's Cody at the top there. We've got Lyra at 301,511,000 damage, followed by Numera, 263,311,000. Then we've got a Rubian over here, 328,880,000, and then Contractula at 236,067,000. Cody says, yeah, I really got to keep them debuffs on him. That's for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the key to dealing the damage on this guy is just to, keep debuffs rolling in. All right. Let's see. We have spent 200 or 120 morale today. We get 200 supplies for that. And we've spent 200 morale today. And we get 300 supplies for that. All right. Cody said he's still got some more. I'll do that in a second. We got 75 combat merit there. All right. So now back at it. We're going to fight and then invite. And let's see here. We've got Cody and we've got, let's see, who else is ready at the moment? Looks like Genus is here. We've got Urban Dark. Don't see a Rubian on the list at the moment. But we'll give those two a couple seconds to see if they want to join us. And then we'll go with Live MCT TTV, and then Monkey Magic, and then Demon Con. We got Chubby Waffles, TK Stomper. So we got somebody here joining us. It was Chubby Waffles. Almost ready. 20 minutes now. All right, start matching. Okay, so he's taking the left side. I'll take the right. And yeah, I agree. Getting the debuffs in is the most important thing because that's going to make him much more able to be there. So I think it's best, to try to use people whose debuffs stack with others, or something that's not as commonly used of a debuff. All right, here's the stats, what they look like at the moment. We've got Lyra, Numera ×2, Nostia, Vorn ×2, another Nostia. Okay, this is crazy. So very similar teams going on here. And then Valara. And then we've got my people who are completely different from everyone else. We've got Arrogance, Wrath, Ajax, Volca, and Ares here. Fortunately, we're definitely getting enough debuffs stacking up pretty quickly after he clears. It's like 6% less dodge that he gets for every one debuff. So, if you get 15 debuffs on him, then you counteracted his dodge. And we're doing that pretty steadily, I would say. If you look at the numbers up here under his name, it isn't taking too long to get him. Like, there's 20 right there, just from the, it looks like this is poison. There's a lot of poison going on over here, actually. It's significant. So we have all kinds of debuffs on the guy. And as far as I know, each instance of it counts. So damage minus 30%. Takes effect only when stronger than the current buff and debuff on the same attribute. We've got burning. That's it's one of the things that old Arrogance has. We did a total of 1,441,560 damage. Purification score was 2,883. We got 800 combat merit, 180 supplies, 8 quick clear tickets, 30,000 XP potions, and 30 stamina from that. Now, Cody topped it at 916,866,000. And top of the damage in general is this Lyra at 319,060,000, followed by Numera, 253,069,000, and then Nastia, 192,380,000. Then in Chubby Waffles crew, looks like Numera was at the top with 165,553,000. Followed by Born at 119,987,000. Both of those, I believe, are poison people. So, poison there. And this, we've got a couple who are poison, the second two, but the first one is just straight up damage. Cool. All right, yeah, my team. Arrogance did 22,775,700. All right, so we're almost at 94% on Phineas, right? I think we can throw another fight at Phineas. Why not? See who's available. There's Cody. Let's do Rurvandar. Invited players not have enough stage challenge, something remaining, I think. So I think that was Rurvandarks that said that. Let's do live MCG TTV. Who else do we want? We've got Chubby Waffles over here. Maybe he wants another round. Then you've got Adriana Christina. Not enough to stage challenge attempts or something in the road or left. Let's see. We got, Bucket Joe is there. All right. Then TK Stomper, and we got a player in the room. So, moving forward. Not sure who it is. They've got an anchor in their frame, that's for sure. Can't really tell what the main picture is there. I'm gonna start. It was Bug of Joy. Alright, great. Deep within the rift, the lurking malice opens its arms. Alright. Let's go with the left side again over here. And then turn on the ultimates and check and see how things are going. Lyra is currently at the top. Now it's Numera at the top, interestingly. They're back and forth for a whole second there. Looks like Lyra is mostly gaining. I think what's happening is when she hits with her big 700%, it pops her up above, and then Numera's dots slowly inch her above. But overall, I think Lyra's definitely backless. Because her big hits do more damage over the time than the dots do from milking that. Alright, so it's Lyra, Numera, Nastia, Born, Sun Wukong, Evar, Born, Arrogance, Wrath, Volca. Why the two Ajaxes are both doing minimal damage this time around. And then Ares at the bottom. Alright, let's look then at what we have for detriments here. Movement speed minus 50%. So it's slowed. Then we've got poison, many stacks of poison, all of the poison in the world. Increases all poison and toxic surge damage taken by 40%. That's nice. And that's just from everybody. So no matter who puts the poison and toxic on him, he takes 40% more damage from it. That's pretty cool. Damage minus 30%. I wish we could see which people these came from. Continuous true damage, that's nice. Continuous magic damage, magic resistance minus 30%, defense minus 20%. I think that's Ares. And then there was another one that I didn't read. So we did 1,074,550,000 purifications for 2,149. We got 725 combat merits, 160 supplies, 30,000 XP potions, and 16 quick clear tickets from that. Cody did 83% of the damage on that. 317,354,000 came from Lyra, followed by 228,408,000 from Numera, and then 183,862,000 from Nastia. On Bruggachoa's board, Sun Wukong did the most at 44,176,100, followed by Eovar at 28,906,300. Close behind was Born with 28,230,200. On my team, we've got Arrogance at 22,616,900. All right. It's interesting that Wrath consistently follows up Arrogance on the team. It makes sense when you think about it, but it's interesting nonetheless. Okay, so we're up to 94% now of the way. Cody says Bugga Joe should swap Wrath and then over this Lord. Very possibly. I don't know who he has in his team. I just looked at it and I've already forgotten. I'm trying to think who the which nightmare faction people he has on the team. Certainly, it would apply to Ajax. It's helpful to get the attack speed up because that gives you more chance for triggers on your debuffs. Cody says he has Ivar for Lord. Okay. Does he have a decent number of nightmare faction people? Because I don't know if he does. He might. Let's come over here to Maureen and grab these 30 island sun tunas and 30 golden pineapples, and then set her back off to try to find that elusive pearl. It's like John Steinbeck all over again. And here we have Bow Root. Smart purchased this one gray guy. Cody says Wukong and can't remember. Bugajura says I have Ajax and Wukong in the team. Is Sun Wukong? He's not right. I think he is. Okay, cool. Let's go over to the arena real quick because I can refresh and I can pick somebody over here. And we'll hop back into those in a little bit. Cody says you don't have any piercers there, right? If not, I'd swap Rathan as Lord. Yeah, definitely. If you don't have any, then it doesn't make any sense to have Ivar as the Lord. Ajax and Born are piercers. Okay, but I guess the question is, what are you gaining from Ivar's ability for the piercers? I don't know enough about him. Actually, I'm gonna go and look there. Cody says, forgot you have Born on the team. Let's go see Ivar. He is a piercer, you're saying? So let's check that out. Ivar. Increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. That's normal. Range increase, yes. Upon the team member's deployment, their damage increases by 15% for every 20 seconds passed, stacking it to 3 times. Okay, that's pretty good, but it's just a damage increase. And my argument is going to be that at Regajoy's level, compared to the people that we're fighting with, there's not going to be it's not going to be enough, and probably putting more detriments in is going to be the better way to go for the team. With Wrath as the Lord, you're going to get at least 3 instances of attack speed boost for all of the Nightmare people. So that would be 20% increase in their attack speed. Of course, that being said, the faction team members' basic attributes are only going to be raised by 10%. But again, with the amount of damage being done by the people in Bugajo's team compared to the people who are, higher level and with more workings and gear and all that kind of stuff, I feel like the team benefit would still lean toward putting Wrath in as the Lord over Alvar. Cody says you have the Epic Lord for Born's faction. Look, Sarah, I believe her name is Born's faction. Born is the poison guy. I don't know what faction he is. Is he? We're just gonna look around until we find him or until I see. Vixera. Oh, Vixera. Hold on. I know that name. I have Vixera, I think. Yeah. What's a terracist? Alright, let's see. Is this a terracist? It is, isn't it? Vixera, yes. So it looks like I have Raiden and I also have Vixera. I've seen Raiden being used. I've never used him. They do the same thing, Raiden and Vixera. But I don't have Warrant. So, increases faction team members' basic attributes by 10%. Reduces faction team members' skill costs by 15% for both of those. It's interesting that Beatrix and Denora are both in that faction. Pretty much I have epics in that faction, and then I have 2 legendaries. I have Beatrix and Denora. Otherwise, everybody I have is an epic. Cody says, yeah, in Bugajoy's case, I'd swap Wrather in still over Ivar. I agree. I think that would be the better move for the team overall. All right, let's see. Checking back in the arena, I really didn't look at the numbers whenever I refreshed it a second ago. The numbers are a little too high, I'm afraid, so not going to fight any of those guys right now. Let's head back over and do some more of this Siege of Tya. Actually, let's not, because I've got to start some autoplays real fast. I saw the stamina number there is a little higher than expected, so let's toss them over at stage 18 of Fury 3, I think. Minimize that. And now we'll go back into Siege of Tya. Alright. Cool. Phineas's purification score hasn't moved terribly since we were here last, but we'll put a little more toward it. It's at 94, almost 0.5. Let's see if anybody's ready to go. Let us invite. Okay, Cody, Genus. A lot of folks are not on at the moment. We're busy. Let's do Bugator. Don't know if you can do it right now or not. We've got via the MZGTTV. Chubby Waffles is over here. Lancius. We got Sea Struthers, Derelict, TK Stomper, Luminous RL. I think that's it. Alright. Let's see. Necron says, hold on. Bugajoy says he's working on his second Wukong. Cody pulled another Wukong. And Necropon says you can also use the Memoria Assist, yes, which copies auto battles with your friends in guilds, so you do not need people to accept and be available. That's true. I just like to invite those who are active when they can. But let's see. We have one of us here. Interesting. We have a new fellow in our channel here. Okay, I'm just going to throw another invite at everybody, and then if nobody accepts, then we shall do a memorial. There's somebody right there. It is, I'm not sure. Maybe it's Bugajoy, possibly. Uncertain. Yeah, the Memoria thing is pretty cool. You can use them, I think, 5 times per, Mystery Ally says Necrocronty wasn't on. Right. But they're ready, whoever they are. I think it's Bugajoy. It is. Alright. So let's see. Cody says, my bad. It's alright. It's no big deal. I forget to do things all the time. Alright, I think last time Bugajoy took the left side, so I'm going to start with... Nope, he took the right side this time, so okay. Left side it is. For some reason I waited till last to put out Arrogance. No idea what I'm doing sometimes. Maybe no idea what I'm doing all the time, let's be honest. Alright, so Lyra's in the top slot at the moment. Probably Numera. No, Lyra's got a pretty good lead at the moment. So it's Lyra, then Numera, then Nastia, then Born, then Sun Wukong, then Arrogance, and then a second copy of Born. Then Volca, Ajax, couple of Wraths. Okay, so Bug did substitute out Wrath. I think that's going to probably increase the overall damage of the group. That's my guess. Let's see. Necrocron says it's so sad that they made him too far away, so Ajax's aura doesn't reach him. See, I think Ajax's aura does reach him. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I have him here at the edge, and I'm uncertain if it reaches him or not. It felt like it might, but I'm not sure. It says 2 tiles, box looks 3 away. It does, but there's kind of a whole hitbox thing going on with the boss. I had hoped that it would reach him because it's actually the whole reason that I put Ajax in the team was for that aura more than anything else. I'm not 100% sure either. He definitely has some buffs on him, but here, let me debuff rather. Okay, so we've got deals continuous true damage based on defensive inflicted target every 2 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. I don't know who that comes from. 20% continuous magic damage per second, burning effects from different sources can coexist. That's going to be, multiple people, obviously. I know that Arrogance does it. Does Ajax have burning? I think so. I think that's one of his things, and burning definitely stacks. Then we've got this one that is deals 5% continuous magic damage to poison, and a few instances of poison. That would be like the group that Cody brings does a lot of the poison stuff. Necrocron says, well, Ajax being firm, yeah, ancient blood DPS boost, and it's a cool dragon. So it's interesting because Ajax, I thought he was a dragon too, but he's not a dragon. He's got this rider on top of him, and that's who Ajax is, right? The dragon, I don't know who the dragon is. Isn't the rider on Ajax or on the dragon? Isn't that Ajax? I think it is. Necrocron says magic resistance minus 30%. Nice, good to know that it worked. Yeah, I thought so. Bucket Joy says my Ajax has the gear that can change the ultimate status effect. I don't know what that means exactly. The gear that can change the ultimate status effect. No clue. Necrocron says Ajax is the dragon rider. Yeah, I thought so. The dragon himself, I'm not sure what his name is. Just random dragon dude. Cody says I love the exclusive gear abilities. I definitely don't have his exclusive gear, so I'm not sure what that does. So we got 725 combat merit, 160 supplies, 8 quick clear tickets, 30,000 XP potions, and 1 gear recasting hammer shard. And the total damage we dealt was 1,061,170,000. And we got a purification score of 2,122. And I do think that that's a little bit more than we did last time with the same team. So I think that the Wrath element did help in the team damage. And of course, by the team damage, what I'm actually referring to is Cody's damage, because Bucket Joy and I were both sort of acting as Cody's support at this time. So, but I do think it worked because I think we had 900 and some odd million last time. I believe that we didn't quite break the 1 billion barrier the last time we came. So switching out Wrath, I think, was a good idea. Now, of course, there's always variance to some degree, and it may not have mattered too much, but I don't know. I feel like it was good. Necrocron says that Ajax's exclusive gear makes it so that his ultimate can poison, radiant erosion, or burn. Oh, that's super cool. And Cody says, I believe he did better. I think so. And just increasing the attack speed by 3 people. Well, you essentially get 3 people in the group's attack speed up 20%. If you have 3 of them and you have Wrath, they're all nightmare. And even though Wrath himself isn't a phenomenal damage dealer, just increasing, again, 2 of the other group's attack speed by 20% can be very significant. Necro says the max score is 2 million, so you already did a bit more than 50% of the maximum score, which is amazing. It's not bad. We got very close to that 2 million or 2 billion actually. Yeah. And I think it was like 1.88 billion is where we were at earlier. And I think that was that Cody and Arubian and me, I think, did that. It's not too bad. All right. Let's look at the stats here. So Cody's top was Lyra once again at 349 819,000. Humera is 225,264,000, and then Nastia was 176,119,000. Other than that was Bugatoa here. Sun Wukong did significantly better than previously. 50,888,800, and that's going to be because his attack speed was boosted. Born is next at 20,536,000, and then Ajax at 12,260,200. Very nice. Necro says, oh yeah, 2K million, meaning billion. To get that. Yeah, it's easy to whenever you're sitting there and you're just looking at it and you read it as it is. I keep doing that myself, but yeah, it would be 2 billion. All right, not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. From the Astral Remnants, a feast of slaughtered brilliance. All kinds of stuff going on in that image. It's too bad, kind of, that we don't have any time to look at it. Again, not big on the visual stuff, but there's just a lot of things going on in that image. All right, let's give it another go, I think. We are almost at 95% of its purification at this point, which is pretty cool. Let's do it. We've got Iron Mark in the lead right now. It's got 13 by his name. It's like a superscripted 13. I'm not sure if that's something that he did or if that's something that they did. What's the magnifying glass? Okay, so it's just showing us what each person, how much they've done. It's cool. All right, next. All right, let's invite some folks. I don't know if Bugatoa is available. We'll send in another invite and voting, and then let's see. Who all do we have available right now? I haven't seen Bobo before. Let's see if we've got a team yet. Not yet. So let's invite Bobo. Why not? Bobo? Maybe it's a ghost. Bobo. Maybe it's a ghost with a stutter. Maybe. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Let's click invite. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and invite some other people. We've got Genus over here. We got Chubby Waffles, one of the available. Let's see. Live NZT TTV. And then we're just going to start inviting in a sort of random manner here. It's a level 24 right there. Ah, the fiend has entered the room. All right, let us start matching. Okay, match found. All well and good. Necro says if you remember, 4K is the max score you can get at 2 billion damage. These 4 numbers these people put up are simply crazy. I'm sure that's true. All right, maybe I should put guys out. Possibly. Start with Aries. We're going to go with Ajax next. And then Volca down here. Arrogance over here. And then Wrath up. And turn on those ultimates. And I'm just going to have a look and see what all's going on here. So, who is it who gives this? Increases all poison and toxic surge damage taken by 40%. That seems very good. Is that, okay, I was thinking it might be, okay, is it Numera and Nastia Born? Is it Born? Who does that? Feels like it would be one of those. Cody says Nastia, I believe. That would make sense. Alright, here at the bottom he's got, when attacked, has an 18% chance to become immune to the damage. That seems bad. It seems like something, the buff that he has on himself. Which means, I wonder, I don't know. Does anybody have a debuff? I could bring a debuffer. There's a tail and fuse buffs. It's 18% is a pretty high percentage to become immune to damage. Otherwise, yeah, we've got a bunch of poison on him. We've got some burn, and then damage minus 30%. I think that's probably his own. Would make sense. His own build. So it may be a decent idea for me to bring Talon to try to clear some of that. But I don't know. I'm not sure who I would want. I don't know, maybe not. Necro says the boss has like 15 stacks of 6% dodge, and for every debuff he loses one of these 6% dodge stacks. That's correct. Yes. That's why it's vital to have detriments that you put on him. And in this game, it seems that you guys call them debuffs. I alternate between calling them debuffs and detriments because it can be an EverQuest player, and you have detriments. So there's debuffs and detriments, but I think that you call everything debuffs. All right, so 725 combat merit, 160 supplies, 16 quick clear tickets, and 30 stamina here. We got a total of 1,061,111,000. Purification score of 2,122. Necro says, that is why one Infernal is the best faction for this, as the amount of burn stacks that can put up is crazy. Yeah, absolutely. So you need 15 debuffs on it, essentially, all the time. And so it's really as much about how quickly you can put them back on as it is about how many, because 15 is going to be where it maxes out as far as increasing your ability to hit him or decreasing his dodge. So it's important to get them on quickly. So attack speed is very relevant, I would say. Ajax having a burn plus the permanent negative 30% is a great pocket pick. I agree. That's, again, like I said, I really brought him mostly for the for that negative 30% because it's when they're within 2 tiles and it's immediate. So as soon as he clears, he instantly has that back on him. There's no need for Ajax to attack him for that to happen. So that's one debuff immediately applied. So I think it's a decent shot. All right, let's see here. Let's go to next, and I'll see who's who. But this is going to be Cody, I'm quite sure, because he's the level 100 of the group. And so, Lyra dealt 284,874,000, followed by Numera at 224,062,000, and then Nastia at 191,373 faction. Cody says, I'm going to try an Infernal team. Give me 1 second. I can skip a run. Yeah, well, you never know. You might be done by the time I'm ready. It's hard to say. I like to stare at things a little bit. And I got to go try some arena fights in a second because it's been long enough. Here, our new recruit here has, I think that might be Phineas there at the top at 40,669,600, followed by Numera at 34,684,800, and then Born 31,073,300. And then my team, we've got Arrogance at 21,754,400. All right, click OK there. Blah blah blah. We can see what it is. Okay, so we'll claim whatever's in this box. It's 50 combat merit. And then we'll pop out of here. We've got some background fights that run. So we got 90,200 coins, 7,500 XP potions, a little variety of gear, 220 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 110 Infernal emblems. I may as well throw a couple fights into Gear Raid 3 in the background. Why not, right? Stage 18. Get those going, and then back out into the arena. Bagajoa says, only good Infernal I have is Hex. I have Sultans and Cetron. They're both nice. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go into their arena, and then I've got a message over there, so I want to check that soon. But first, let's refresh my opponents here and see if we have anybody fightable. Not really. Dark Hours is close to fightable, but I need him to have like 10,000 less BP in order to have a chance. It's just a little bit too high. Let's get out of there. You come check and see what this message is. We got a friend request. It's SS Glucky 420. Alright, SS. I'm wondering if I'm missing something. Is it SS Lucky or is it SSG Muffy? Don't know. Gonna click the check mark. Alright, then, oh look, finished the Odyssey thing. How cool. So, obtained 2 million XP. We did it. Congrats to us. 300 legendary skill dust there. Own 50 enhanced artifacts. We apparently have done that, so we can claim this 1,000 mithril there. Now, we've got clear stage 16 in Gear Raid 3, and we clear stage 16 in Gear Raid 2. We got both of those done, so we got 10 Gear Recasting Hammer Shards there, and 10 Gear Recasting Hammer Shards there. Next, we have eliminate 10,000 monsters, and I assume that means starting now. It does appear to be. Now, that's going to be much easier to do right now, because we have the zombie invasion running. I do believe those monsters apply that are in the zombie invasion, so it won't take too many runs of that to get 10,000 monsters taken out. Okay. Electro says, yeah, what I said holds mostly true for old accounts or big spenders that basically have all the characters. Referring to the Infernal. I don't think this team would be better, but why not try it, says Cody. Sure, why not? Oh, interesting. It looks like the message got held or something, Necro. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to allow it. But, oh, okay, I see. I see. It's because you wrote the word anai and they were thinking something else. I gotta tell you, sometimes this auto moderator has a bit of a dirty mind. Necro, it had it highlighted. It was a nice name. It's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. It's looking like it's down again. How sad. Oh, there it is. Back up. All is well. I'm not sure why that happened. All right. Bugger Joe says you have the guy holding his head. I did in fact. Necro says WR Fast 9B as a promo code. So if you haven't entered that, be sure to. Says I killed the stream, apparently. Oh, we have Milky Bowls here. Milky Bowls is looking around and going, oh man, you got a level 71 in here? I don't know about that. We'll see. Maybe they'll stick around. Ah, brave soul. All right. Let's see how it goes. All right, somebody's taking the middle. I'm going to go with the right side because it looks like somebody's on the left. And so we'll try to do this as quick as we can with what we have. All right. Overall statistics, we got Numera at the top at the moment, followed by Lyra. I expect those numbers to flip around, but we'll see. Numera is doing awesome, actually. Numera is up there. So it's Numera, and now we've got boy, Hex, Warren, and Lyra are just, they're definitely jockeying for position there. They're very, very close. Numera, then Lyra, Warren, Hex, Sultans, Nastia, Lord Phineas, Lyra again, 2 instances of Lyra, then Arrogance, Wrath, Ajax, Volca, and Ares. Now Numera is just soaring at the moment. Cody says he's got that A3 Numera. Wow. Cody says, I don't think this team's going to cut it. You never know. May not. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. You said an A3 Numera, and it's very good. Let's have a look and see what kind of detriments are being thrown on. Physical damage taken plus 20. Magic damage taken plus 20. You got the poison and toxic surge damage. Poison, obviously. Magic resistance minus 30%. Movement speed minus 75%. Burning. Another instance of burning. Poison. Defense minus 20%. Burning again. So that's what we've got on it. Well, we're very close to capping it out. We might make it. We'll see. We definitely went over the 2 billion. So we got 2,023,140,000 damage on that one. Purification score 4,000. Got 875 combat merit, 200 supplies, 30,000 XP potions, and 30,000 gold from that. Good job, guys. Cody says Hex actually surprised me. You know what? Hex is so, like, every time I see him in game, it's crazy because you just never know. I mean, sometimes he does just absolutely amazing, and then sometimes he just falls flat, and it's just totally RNG as far as I can tell. I don't have Hex myself. I wouldn't go after him intentionally, but I would also like to have him. Like, I'm not going to choose him as my hero to go after, but I think he's very good. It's random whether he's very good or not. It's interesting. So I think this is, what was his name? Like Pillows or something. What's this guy's name? I don't know, something. I think this is him. Maybe. I don't know. It's Numera at the top, regardless. 390,998,000. Then we've got Born, 267,790. 267,793,000, and Nastia at 205,567,000. And then next is, I believe, Cody, who has Hex at the top. This makes sense since you were just talking about Hex. Actually, it's really cool because you had a different team than him, and so we had different things stacking for buffs than previously. So Hex had 251,073,000. Colored the Lyra at 235,852,000. Then Sulfidens at 208,359,000. Interesting. And then that's Phineas next, I think. 181,518,000. All right, and then my 4% of damage was headed up by Arrogance at 24,831,000. All right. Good job, guys. All right. Moving right along. Let's look at how much he's actually here. He's almost at 96% purified at this point. I wonder how we can tell how much we've gotten on any one individual, like as far as the purification goes. I don't know if there's any. Cody says, I'll be right back. Gotta do some in real life stuff. All right, good luck. let's see. Can we... Okay. Oh, interesting. So this just shows us the rewards that you get as you go along. And anything over 1.5 billion, you get 875 combat merit, 200 supplies, and then 3 somethings from here, right? Alright, that's neat. So for the most part, our teams have been doing over 1 billion. There have been a couple of times that it was a little bit less, like phase 5, but for the most part, we've been scoring phase 6 and above on this, meaning that we get consistently 3 of these chests here. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what the lowest that I've done has been with any team, but it's never been as low as phase 1. So I'm going to say that probably no matter what tier you're at, you're going to be able to at least do enough to get phase 1 stuff pretty consistently. I can't imagine not doing that. Well, even if you're new to the game, I bet you can probably get that much with a team. Alright, so let's hop out of here and go check on things out here. So we have these background fights I had started. We got 18,040 gold for those, 1,500 XP potions, a couple of pieces of gear, 40 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 20 Infernal emblems there. We got something in storage that needs to be put together. It is gear recasting hammer. So let's throw one of those together. And then, okay, I've got an hour left on that. We have very little stamina. Let's check and see how long we're moving. It's 2.5 minutes approximately. Events. Let's see. Engraver's exhibition. I need to do some of those. We've got 21 stamps. Let's go ahead and toss them onto the board. And I'm just going to click the stamp until a message comes up that says, well, that works. Not enough items. Alright. Now, anything else? Well, okay. I think we're okay there. Let's go to the event calendar just to see again. What do I need to do? Okay. Here's the options. Necro says, not sure how or why, but the Lord Phineas box is seemingly dying faster and faster. For one thing, we have more buffs built up from killing the other bosses. Every time that we kill a boss, we get a little more in the way of buffs, right? I believe that is accurate. I don't know how to see what kind of buffs we have going at any given moment. We have this ritual thing, which is Oren's assistance. We still need a good bit to get to that. But that'll be pulled up, and that goes off, increases all allies' damage by 10% and every 20 instances of damage dealt to enemies inflicts anathema. Necro says bonus at the bottom. You see all the buffs are in bonus. That makes sense. Alright, attribute bonus. Okay, let's look at this. When occupying a specific tile, players can obtain an attribute bonus or a blessing bonus to enhance their hero's strength and defend against the World Eater's Legion. Attribute bonus. Players obtain an attribute bonus upon occupying a specific tile, increasing heroes' basic attributes in the Siege of Tya. The bonus applies to all players. Blessing bonus. Players obtain a blessing bonus upon occupying a specific tile, granting powerful and unique effects to their heroes. Bonus applies to all players. Alright, so we have a good number of bonuses that are being applied, and that makes sense, because every time we take one of these little tiles, we get an attribute bonus. Necro says, yeah, but from 3 hours ago to 2 hours ago, his life percent barely moved, but in the past hour or so, he lost like 3 to 4%. Maybe that just depends on when people's playtime is there, because you've got a lot of people who've just gotten off work, because, it's like 3:47 here, but it depends on where you're at in the country, because in quite a few portions of the area right now, it's 5:47, so they've gotten out of work, they've gotten home, logged in, got some damage in on the gun. So it makes sense to me that people were probably at work, they've gotten home and they've started laying in for it. That's my thought on it. Could be completely wrong, but that's what I think. Alright, let's hop out of here. And then I was thinking of doing something, but I don't recall what, so I'm going to check the arena. We can, in fact, refresh, so let's do refresh. Okay, this is more like it. More in my arena here. We have Dead Sky from France, who has 335,943 GP. It's very close to what we have, so let's grab it. Their monsters have 355,532. So that implies they probably have somebody kind of nasty on their team. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to try to leave them to the punch. See if it works or not. I see that they have Greed and some Bronze Guy and Nora and Von Helsing. So let's see what they do. Okay, first and foremost, they throw out a Rocka with Spider Stance. Hero evolves, expands attack range, increases damage by 60%, converts basic attack into 2 consecutive strikes, prioritizing 2 different targets in range. So next, they put out a Nora down here with Worm Dive. She's the one who has Labor as her companion. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 150%, and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting 20 seconds. Okay, afterward, they have Comet. That's the Bronze Guy. I didn't get to read what that one does. Just a second here, we've got another spammer here, but we'll take care of that. Alright, Necro says, Dead Sky looks like he picked the team, went to arena, and pressed autoplay. Alright. Stats. Let's see. We've got Numera. No, not Numera, sorry. We've got Beatrix. No. Police. Boy. Times are tough over here. Police at the top with 3,396,370. Followed by Beatrix with 2,916,380. And then a Rocket at 2,313,530, and then a Nora at 2,194,650. We got 3 arena coins, 50 infernal emblems, and 8,000 XP potions for that. Necro says autoplay always places units at the bottom in front of the building. Well, you know, depending on what team you have and whether you're in defense or offense and who you're attacking and defending against, that may or may not be a good idea. So, back here. And then we've got Wara. Is it Wara or is it Wara? Who knows? Could be any number of things, actually. We're going to go with Wara from Russia. 342,047 BP. Very similarly BP to my group. He has 1 U, Beelzebub, Room Hollow, Mesa, and then the girl with the circlet over her eyes. Let's go for it. So the monster BP matches the opponent's BP here. Alright, let's see who Aurora throws out first. Looks like 1 U. Heroic Charge. Upon activating the ultimate, the hero can choose to move to a deployable ground tile within 3 tiles. After activation, immediately gains 4 stacks of Blade Stance, and the next attack triggers Dragon Stats. Dragon Crescent Slash, rather, 1 additional time. During the ultimate, grants defensive penetration based on Blade Stance stacks, ignoring 4% defense per stack. Gains an extra 20% defense penetration while in Dragon's Eidolon state. That would be much more useful information if we knew what those keywords meant. Alright, now we have Neza. Neza has Red Lotus Revenge. When activated, it increases attack by 60% and expands attack range to create Windfire Whirl, lasting for 30 seconds. I feel like that's probably an AoE thing, right? Windfire Whirl? Haven't actually seen it, but that's my thought on it. When the ultimate ends, deals up to 300% AoE damage to a maximum of 10 enemies in range based on the number of weapons pitches performed during the ultimate. Okay. Then he's thrown out Beelzebub down here, who has Corrupted Swarm. During the ultimate, applies AoE damage reduction to cultist allies within the skill range and summons Putrid Flies. Putrid Flies generates a powerful vortex that pulls up to 10 nearby enemies toward its center, with 2 times strength and inflicts slow on them. The vortex lasts for 5 seconds. I see him pretty often, and I think that he would be very cool, but you'd have to really place him well to take advantage of that. That other girl, Malvira, is kind of like that too. I think she pulls the people to her as well. We were slaughtered there by Warrock. I think that's who we were slaughtered by. I'm not sure. Let's look at the stats. Yes. Okay. Well, yes, as usual, Neza topped the damage by a long shot, doing almost twice as much damage as the next highest person on the board at 21,403,400. Following that was Beatrix at 11,814,700, and then Guan Yu at 11,803,500. And I suppose it should be mentioned that Release did 9,622,320. Necro says you lost because you leaked. You put up a good fight though. Yeah, even with the leak with this team, it's pretty cool because even when that does happen, Beatrix can send her folks after them and often can recover even from a leak. It's kind of nice. And probably if I was not doing audio play, I might could have won that, but that's all right. All right, let's see. We've got 8 minutes before we can refresh, and certainly none of these folks are challengeable by me. With any hope of winning, at least. Let's look back at the Odyssey, because I forgot. Okay, we're on eliminate 10,000 monsters. That's the current thing there. Okay, so, got all that. I think I may go do the zombie invasion. I think it started today. And I do enjoy a good zombie invasion, right? So, let's go pop over here. And yes, it has begun. So, let's go to end the stage. And what I'm going to do is what I did last time, which worked decently. And I don't remember which tools they are, but I'm going to find them. It was this one here, I think, Merchant Mask. Yes, this one, Merchant's Pact. And then the Dark Mastery. So each point of Dark Mastery increases damage and spell spawn rate, immediately gains 1 dark spell when the game begins. And so, starting off with those tools, and then beginning the game with Spring of Sticks seems to be a decent start. So let's try it. Alright, Spring of Sticks it is. And then we're going to turn on the ultimates. We're going to turn on 3.5 speed. We're going to try to go for light and dark as much as possible. So let's go with Proliferate 1. And then Tornado. The light stuff is good because it works in tandem with the potion stuff in the cold. We'll go ahead and waste our refreshes to try to get the light. So I would like to have it. It's not working phenomenally well thus far, but you never know, it might happen. Let's go with combo on the tornadoes. Chance to strike twice also means twice the triggers. This is rough. We're gonna refresh one more time. We got Blazing Bolt this time. That's good. Now if I have to take something else, it'll be okay. I'm just gonna continue to get anything light or dark and hopes opening that final light that I want. We'll go with dark damage increase here. And then Celerity 1. All right, we have some potions on the board. We have 480 coins. So let's see about what do I want. I think this is actually a pretty tough thing. I think I'm gonna go with crit damage plus 30. Um, and then skip. Then we're gonna get lightning chain. So we did manage to get light and dark. Very nice. Then it's not great. Not great. These things don't stack. I suppose I will get overdrive 1 for now. Um, Damage plus 40% is good. Spring of Sticks cooldown minus 1 second is also good, but I'll go for the Rage Regen 3 for now. We got Expansion 3, that's the obvious choice here. Draculus 1986 says, "Are you still enjoying Legends beta?" Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully I'll get some more Legends in today. You should see. Let's go for Overdrive 2 here. How about you, Draculus? Have you been playing Legends? Let's get Curse right here. And then Chainblade 2. All right, I'm going to get Blazing Bolt quantity plus 1. And then I think we'll get Ricochet. Okay, I don't really want to increase the tornado effect duration. So I'm going to go with Spring of Sticks damage plus 40%. Okay, now do I want to expand Spring of Sticks or do I want to increase the damage overall by 20%? I think we expand Spring of Sticks range for this. Okay, now we have some potions that don't stack on the board. We have 620 to spend. So let's get the burning and the dark burn potions. I'm going to write those down so that I don't duplicate them later. So burn and dark burn are off the table. I'm going to skip ahead. Okay, let's get expansion 2 on this. And then expansion 1. Let's do, we're going to do infinite on this and try to get more tornadoes on the board. You definitely need refreshes, so let's go for that. Okay, this is a kind of tough choice all around. I think I'm going to go with Nether Calamity 1, though. Okay, Nether Calamity 2 makes the most sense here, I think. And then since we have Fortune 3, I think I'm going to take it. I'm going to get gold from killing enemies from Blazing Bolt. Okay. Very rarely do you get a chance to get a crit rate increase, so we're definitely going to grab that. Other than that, I want the dark damage plus 20% and the AoE damage plus 20%. Let's do split 2 on this. And then expansion 2. I think I want Circuit Halt 2 on this one. It's the question, right? Which we could do. And you know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to get Overdrive 3 instead. Let's go with Lightning Chain Bounce Attack plus 1. And then expansion 1. This is This one I have to think about. I think I'm going to do overdrive. Okay, you got, let's see. Do I have proliferate yet for Spring of Sticks? It's chat. I do have proliferate already. Let's go ahead and get damage increase 1. Okay, out of these, the only one I'm interested in is light damage plus 20%. Then we'll skip on ahead. And here we have last 3. Makes the most sense, especially for that 40% damage across the board. We've got luck plus 5, so grab that. And then I think overdrive 2 primarily for that 20% overall bonus. Could get tornadoes up by 60%. But I think at the end of the day, the damage plus 20% is going to be better made. Could be wrong. Always can be wrong. Okay, we're going to go with Celerity 3 here. Spring of Sticks cooldown minus 1 second. And damage increase. Here we have dark damage plus 20%, luck plus 12, and then we skip. We're on wave 21 at the moment for those keeping track. We've got, man, what a thing. I think we're going to go with spread 2, even though it's only AoE damage that's increased. It also expands the range of the Blazing Blade. Now, I think we get weaken on here to make things more easily killed by the dark damage that we're building up. Those are definitely starting to move down the board, which is a problem. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with. Okay, I already have circuit with. I think I already have circuit for the of some variety of circuitry. Maybe I don't. I don't have circuit. I don't really necessarily need it. It does increase damage across the board by 15%. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe. Let's try it. Definitely getting beaten up on this one. Ice damage is completely useless currently unless I get a freeze potion, or do intend to get a freeze potion. Fire damage, we have burn and dark burn, so let's go ahead, I suppose. Man, that's really a tough one, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Makes movement speed go up, unfortunately, so more going to get to defense. Okay, we've got dark damage plus 20% here. I'm going to have to do something because they're beating down the gates. So let's refresh this. And then we can get, we already have the dark burn potion. It's so wonderful. Overall, the luck has not been great. Let's get dark damage plus 20% there. And then I'm going to, okay. We're going to just blow through these even though we don't need them to refresh it that way. Could get Twin Nature Light and Dark Potion. That's probably a good idea. Let's grab it. Write that down. Twin Nature, Light, and Dark. Alright, and then Dark Damage is 20%, attack was 40. And then we will grab this Burning Potion we don't need just to refresh it. We got Light Mastery plus 1, Luck plus 12, single target damage plus 20%, and then we skip. Okay, let's go with, I really don't want to do charge 3, but that's what I gotta do. I think. Let's do it. Barely holding them off. It's a rough go of it this time. Okay, let's go luck plus 8, light damage plus 30%. If I get both of those, then we'll be down to like 800, 700 coins left. I'll use my last refresh, I don't like that idea either. Okay, I'm just gonna get the fire potion and the ice potion. Ah, well, let's get the crit rate plus 10%, and the crit damage plus 30%, and then skip. Okay, do we have Punishment of Light yet? I don't think that we do. Let's go ahead and get it. Even though we don't have much gold at the moment, we should build it up pretty quickly and start doing some decent damage there. All right, let's go with Razor Edge 3 here. Dark damage plus 20%. Let's do double the Spring of Sticks damage frequency. Now we have Domain of Sticks, deals 150% dark area damage to all enemies, knocks back all enemies, and inflicts slow on you. Cooldown of 20 seconds. Here we have dark damage plus 20%. Okay. We definitely want the Styx Surge Potion. I'm gonna write that down. I don't think that will reappear, but just in case it does, we don't get it again. All right, now luck plus 12, light damage just 20%, and we'll grab the fire damage just to refresh it. We got crit damage potion plus 30%. So let's see here. Yeah, I think we get the single target potion. So single target damage plus 30%, and then luck plus 8, and then we skip. Okay, let's go with spread 1 on this, expanding Blaze and Bolt's range a little bit. Low frame rate detected. Okay. We have 2,585. So let's get dark damage plus 20%, AoE damage plus 30%, attack speed plus 30, grab the ice damage, crit rate plus 6%. Oh, yeah, well, all right. I suppose we'll get the Spring of Sticks potion, write it down. It regenerates the wall somewhat when you kill people's, the monsters. All right, then we'll get attack plus 40. And I was debating whether or not to get the fire damage. Honestly, I'm not going to have enough left after getting it to be able to spend much, but it almost feels worth it at 175 coins, so I'm going to do it. Okay, so having done that, we could get the dark damage plus 20% or the attack speed plus 30%. I'm thinking more triggers is better, so let's get the attack speed plus 30% and then skip. All right, let's see. None of these things are phenomenal. I only have 1 refresh left. Pretty sure that I have Circuit Hall. Let's make certain of it. Don't. Okay, I thought I did. So, that's interesting. So, I think I'll grab that. Circuit Hall 1. All right, now, I think maybe I do overdrive this time. All right. That fellow, he took a whole minute to burn down, but he got there. All right, let's do the Rage Regen Potion. That's another one that can be difficult to notice, but it doesn't stack. So once you get the Rage Regen Potion, you don't need to get any of the further Rage Regen Potions that appear because it's just a flat number. It's not a percentage increase. Then we can get the Freeze Potion. That one also doesn't stack. So grab that, and now we are doing a little bit of damage with ice. So we will get some advantage from the ice damage plus 20%, which is good because I'm about to get it just to refresh this thing more than anything else. Okay, AoE damage plus 20% here. It's not lovely, but I kind of feel like I've got to grab this stuff anyway. It's low enough on the cost that it seems worthwhile. Okay, we got attack plus 40. And that's about it. Do I want to clear the board again? Not really. It seems even more useless to take those, and I don't want to waste my refresh. Now, it may kill me to skip. I don't know. I'm not sure what the right answer is. It would cost 675. Why not? Let's do it. No, let's not. Let's refresh. All right, crit damage plus 30%, dark damage plus 20%. We'll go ahead and get the ice damage plus 20% and the fire damage plus 30%. With a little bit left. So let's get light mastery plus 1 and luck plus 12 and then skip. Okay, here we have dark damage plus 20%. Makes the most sense. We're on wave 41 at the moment for those keeping track. Okay, let's. I really don't see any reasons to charge 2. We already have charge 2, and it didn't want it to start with. I think. Do I have rage regen 2? I don't think that I do. I do have rage regen already. Light damage increase 2. Not phenomenal. Well, all right. I suppose I will just to get. I'm just gonna get rage regen 2 again. Get the damage up by 20%. The reason I don't want to increase my tornado effect time is because there are some things that that trigger when the tornado effect ends. So I do want it to end more often. Okay. I guess we get luck plus 8, attack plus 60, and then ice potion plus 30%, and burning potion we don't need. Single target damage plus 20%, attack plus 40, fire damage plus 30%, and then we skip. Okay, of these, which one? You know what? I don't think we have wind force yet, and that's not a bad one. Knocking you guys around, get damage plus 20%. Seems like a good choice. On wave 48 at the moment. Okay, we've got lucky potion, so luck plus 8, attack plus 60, and then I think we're in a safe enough spot to skip now. Well, maybe I did it too soon, but I think it was okay. Okay, let's get this extra skill pitch here. And I don't think we've gotten Reaper yet, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Reaper is best to get early on, but even at this stage, we should still be fine. Should be able to kill enough creatures to be able to stack up some of that. I do like Mire, but I like Mire 3. Let's get Pursuit 2 here. Increase our damage across the board by 20%. Now we've got light damage plus 30%, attack speed plus 20. We'll go ahead and get the other two as well. Fire damage plus 20% and a burning potion we don't need. We got dark damage plus 30%, light damage plus 20%. And I guess I'll get the ice potion and the dark burn potion. Let's get crit damage plus 20%, single target damage plus 30%, attack speed plus 20%, and then ice damage plus 20%, crit damage plus 30%, dark mastery plus 1. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get the fire damage and the physical damage increases. Single target damage plus 20%, crit rate plus 6%, AoE damage plus 20%, and sure, why not? Ice damage plus 20%, dark damage plus 20%. Do I want the rest? Not really. I think I'll go without that. Let's skip. All right, we're on wave 56 right now. Okay. Let's go with Burning Dart 3. Tornado has a chance to inflict dark burn and dealing damage, and dark damage plus 40%. Okay, here we have dark damage plus 30%, luck plus 12, attack plus 16. We'll grab the useless rage. Crit damage plus 30%, luck plus 12, attack speed plus 20, light damage plus 30%. We got AoE damage plus 30%, dark mastery plus 1, light damage plus 20%, and we'll get the physical damage just here. We've got critical damage plus 30%, light damage plus 20%. We call that good. And then we have this, and what do I want? The more tornadoes, the higher the attack speed. That seems good. There's also self-destruction. It's also good. Let's have a look at stats over here. I think we're going to do self-destruction. That gives us Fallen Phoenix Rage, which summons one Fallen Phoenix for 15 seconds, cooldown of 30 seconds, and it sends out tornadoes. Okay, these options, I want the refresh count plus 2. I normally go toward that because it's the only way to get refreshes whenever you have that tool that I have with the potion tool. Refreshes would definitely help. Okay, we've got single target damage plus 30%, dark damage plus 20%, crit damage plus 20%, and AoE damage plus 30%. Dark damage plus 30%, light mastery plus 1. Let's grab the fire. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. All right. Now, sadly, we already have everything except for the single target damage plus 20% that's on this screen. So I'm going to just get the single target damage plus 20%. And then do I want to refresh? Precious refreshes. I think not. I'm just going to skip and then build up a little bit of gold for the next set of options. Okay, we've got dark damage plus 20%, and I think I'm gonna go, let's see. We could do movement speed or we could do defense. Let's give a little more defense. I don't like to do that, but I think it's probably the best option of the two for now. I need them to stick around inside their Spring of Sticks for a little longer. Springs of Sticks, probably the way to say that. Alright, now. Well, I don't love the options here. They don't please me in any way. Nothing about them is phenomenal. So I'm gonna go spread 2 to get AoE damage plus 10%. Alright, then we're gonna go with net and get more instances of lightning chain. Nowhere to run, every hit triggers lightning chain split. Which should be good, it should weaken the guys and all that stuff, so I'm all for it. Okay, we've got Tornado has a chance to split when it ends. I was telling you guys about that earlier. Tornado potion. It's one of the things that has a trigger when tornado ends, and why I don't like to increase the duration of the tornado effect. Okay, then we've got single target damage plus 20%, light mastery plus 1, and I'll grab the fire damage plus 30%. We've got crit damage plus 30%, luck plus 12. I suppose I'll get the ice damage plus 30% and the physical damage plus 30. Let's go with crit rate plus 10%. That's a great potion. Light damage plus 20%, luck plus 8, and I'll grab the physical damage plus 30. Let's get crit rate plus 10%, luck plus 12, AoE damage plus 20%, and crit damage plus 30%. Here we have Lightning Chain Potion, which Blazing Bolt has a chance to trigger Lightning Chain. Let's grab that. I'll write it down. Lightning Chain Potion. Alright, then we have Light Mastery plus 1, AoE damage plus 20%, and Dark damage plus 20%. Luck plus 12, and then we skip. So we're on wave 70 at the moment. Definitely have some guys moving down the board a little bit, getting almost halfway down the board. Alright, we can either get refresh count plus 2 or an extra skill pick. Both of these are good. Gold is also good, but not as good as the other two. And at this stage of the game, we really don't need 200 gold. I think we're going to go with the extra skill pick and hope for the best. Alright, let's get Chainblade 3 here for that damage plus 40%. Light damage plus 20%, luck plus 12, and I guess I'll get these two, spend 300 for nothing. Dark damage plus 20%, single target damage plus 20%, light mastery plus 1, and then another 250 of waste. Attack potion, so attack plus 40, light damage plus 30%, dark damage plus 20%, and then the burning potion we already have. Attack plus 40, and then we skip. Definitely coming way down the board at this point, sadly. Let's get Burning Dark 3 for that dark damage plus 40%. On wave 76 at the moment, and these guys are definitely getting significantly stronger. Okay, we've got dark damage plus 30%, attack plus 40. Let's get fire damage plus 20 and the burning potion. Dark damage plus 20%. None of these are wonderful, but we'll go ahead and grab the things anyway, just to get a new screen up. We've got crit rate plus 10%, attack plus 60, light damage plus 30%, and then Winter's Bite that we don't need. Crit damage plus 20%, dark damage plus 30%. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We'll get the fire damage plus 20% and the dark burning potion. Crit rate plus 6%, luck plus 8, attack plus 40, and we'll grab the fire damage plus 20. Crit rate plus 10%, dark damage plus 20%, light damage plus 20%, Single target damage plus 20%. Light mastery plus 1, luck plus 12, light damage plus 20%, and attack speed plus 20. And we're going to have 670 left. Let's get crit damage plus 30%, dark damage plus 20%, and luck plus 8, and skip. Getting beaten up a little bit over here. Not too badly yet, but a little bit. Had to switch to the coffee over here. All right, out of these options, what do I want right now? Refresh speed is refresh count rather is very useful. It would increase the monster's movement speed plus 20%. I think I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to go with it. Might end up needing those refreshes soon. All right, let's see. This is soon, I think. But maybe not, because, okay, yeah, I don't know. I think I'll grab the crit damage plus 20%. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use one of those refreshes I just got. Okay, we get the luck plus 12 and the attack plus 60. And then we'll use the other refresh that we just got. Okay, now light mastery plus 1. It's rough over here. Times is hard. I think I'm going to call it good there. Skip ahead. I don't know. It wasn't a good idea, probably, but. Share. That's a shame. Let's see if it works. Looks like it. All right, so attack speed plus 20. And then we'll skip, I think, or should I refresh? We'll skip. Front wave 85 at the moment. Definitely taking some hits to the old gate over here. Doing all right though, all things considered. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do here? Well, I don't really want to increase their hit points, but I don't really want to increase their attack either. I think I might rather increase their attack, though, and get that gold. Then again, I could get refresh and not worry about it. I'm going to go with the refresh point. I don't think it's going to matter. Probably I won't even use those two because I'll die first. But we're going to try it anyway. Definitely beating us about the good bit over there. But hey, we made it to wave 91, so no complaints. Alright, we've got light damage plus 30%, AoE damage plus 20%, luck plus 8, and we'll grab the fire damage plus 20%. Let's get the light mastery plus 1, luck plus 8. And we'll go ahead and grab the dark bone and burn that we don't need. Let's get attack plus 40, luck plus 8. And sure, let's get the physical damage plus 20% and the rage regen. Dark damage plus 30%, AoE damage plus 20%, luck plus 8, and we grab rage regen. Light damage plus 30%, luck plus 8. I suppose fire damage plus 20% and burning potion. Okay, we've got crit damage plus 30%, light damage plus 20%. And sure, let's get the fire damage plus 30 and the physical damage plus 30%. Now on here, I really don't love any of these things. So the question is, do I refresh? I think I'm at the point where I better start using up more of my coinage in order to just kind of keep up with these. So I will refresh this page. Okay, let's get AoE damage plus 30%. This didn't help us a great deal, but we'll go ahead and grab the ice damage plus 20%, fire damage plus 20%, and I guess the physical damage plus 20%. Let's get the light damage plus 20, and I suppose we can grab the fire damage plus 30% for it to increase what's done with the burning. I'm not sure. Let's skip and see what happens. Okay. We could get Nether Calamity 3, or we could get Springer Sticks damage plus 80%. Both good. I'm going to get Nether Calamity 3. Damage plus 40% is across the board damage. And we get more of them. Yeah, maybe good. Definitely going down. But wave 95, not too shabby. All right, so looking at that, we've got the Springer Sticks at the top at 43%, followed by Blazing Bolt, and that's because of the dealing damage based on the amount of gold that we have. Then Tornado at 14% and Lightning Chain at 20%. Complete that, we've probably killed a good number of monsters during that zombie invasion there. We got quests, challenge 1 time daily during the event for 10 auto fight attempts. Eliminate 16 waves of monsters during the event for 50 diamonds. Eliminate 32 waves of monsters during the event for 1 huge stamina potion. Eliminate 64 waves of monsters during the event for 50 diamonds. Fight for more than 16 waves in Endless Stage gives us 50 diamonds. Fight for more than 24 waves in Endless Stage gives us 10 green meteorites. And fighting for more than 32 waves in Endless Stage gives us 10 ancient summoning crystals. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Get out of there. And then we're going to come out of here, because we can certainly come check the arena. First, though, Ogre is refreshed, so let's come get stuff from him. It's a few great guys, sure. Alright, now, arena. We got 2 arena coins from defending against other players. And let's see here. Yep, nothing to fight as suspected. So let's refresh our coins. Nothing is wonderful. We can give a go against Clodo, perhaps, from Canada, at 377,305. His monster VP is 415,624. That's not really amazing for me, but we're gonna do it anyway. We'll almost certainly be slaughtered, but that's all right. I see that he has Ezra. I would like Ezra for myself, but you know. Okay, he stuck out Xeris first, who has Enslaved. Summons 4 Souls of the Damned and reduces the summons number by 1 with each ultimate cast. A minimum of 1 Souls of the Damned can be summoned. He's got Dao Chen next. She switches between between Serenade of Hope and Song of Sorrow. And one of them increases your health, and the other one increases your damage. This is Ezra. She's in the damage portion, by the way, that's why it's red. Ezra he's got Void Ripper. It says World Destroyer mode and World Devourer mode. And I don't know what those are because I don't have them just from the names, though. I would think that one of them is him doing massive damage, and then the other one would be, I don't know, maybe a regeneration style thing going on. Not sure. Okay, we already looked at Xeris. We've got Hollow over here. Hollow is a healer. She has Light of Bliss. When triggered, increases the hero's healing multiplier by 45% for 20 seconds, and the hero can heal when you target. She also has Rage Regen, which I'm sure is why he has her in this team. Then he has Beatrix. She's the one who summons the tree meters, who kind of go all over the map and kill people. So it's low at 377,305 EP. All right. Now, stats show that Ezra did the most damage at 12,423,500, followed by my Beatrix at 11,871,700, and then Xeris at 10,261,800, followed by Valise at 9,768,240. We got 3 arena coins and 20 infernal emblems for that. Okay, that was the only one I could reasonably go up against right now. Okay, let's see. What else? We've got storage over here. Got a shard to create into an ancient summoning crystal. So let's do that. And then let's toss a few more summoning crystals into the mix for Sun Wukong over here. We've got 52 of the 200 that is guaranteed to be pulled within. And let's see. We have 137 summoning crystals left, not counting the Dailies. So we'll definitely be able to get him. We're not going to get him right now, but I'll just toss a few at him. First, we have Walgrak, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. Then summon again. And see what we have. It is Jonas, the 2-star fighter, your classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in a fight. Alright, following that up with Creeder, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Creeder defends the weak while in constant search of his lost love. And then Spring, 3-star healer. As rejuvenating as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. Her sister Autumn can also heal multiple units at once and also acts as utility, so Autumn is better than Spring. Here's Narvi, the 3-star fighter. A most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. I believe she gives inspiration to 2 of her the people who are in adjacent units to her. Here's Arlo, the 2-star fighter, the masked man of the people. Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. And then Screef, the 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. And then Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Pierce faction. Unshakable and accurate, Liam can attack multiple enemies simultaneously from an impressive distance. And Nunia, the 3-star healer. Let this one's magic soothe your soul. Nunia calls upon the jungle to heal her allies and bolster defense. Following that up, we have Jonas, the 2-star fighter, the classic drunkard with the spear. We saw him a few minutes ago. He may be a deserter, but he sure knows how to bolster himself in a fight. With alcohol, apparently. Here's Walgrak, the 2-star mage. We have him at the very beginning of this summoning session. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. And then Halder, the 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Halter seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. And here's Rox, the 4-star defender from the northern faction. Born of desert sands and scorched earth, Rox wields untamed strength and a kind heart, an unconquerable protector of allies. One of these days, I'm going to go and look at his, at the lore behind him. What's his story? What's his history? Because it talks about him having a kind heart, and I wonder how it knows. Here's Narvi, the 3-star fighter we saw earlier. She's the one who gives inspiration to her surrounding viewers. Just a couple of them, I think, too, on her ultimate. And now here's another repeat of Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction, and he is, he's a pretty good 2-star, really, for the tier that he is. I think he's quite good. Here's Arlo, the 2-star fighter. Masked man of the people, Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Let's do one more, and then let's go check out other things. Alright, so this is Rumnose, the 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the tree. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. Alright, so now we're down to 120 in the rare summoning pistol, 60-something into that Sun Wukong fellow there. And let's first check and see how long we have. We have 6 minutes, 55 seconds left. We'll go over to the Oracle's Trial. In the Arrival of Heroes, we have gotten to this final progress meter reward, which is 10 5-star psychic power shards. Alright, grabbed those, and then let's go over to events, where we have the Spiritual Altar event, and we can claim these 5 quick fear tickets from that. We're at 2,589 points in that. Next, the next thing we can get is 2,800 points. There's quite a few things left to grab from this. Nothing really absolutely mind-blowing. I do like a good legendary skill crystal now and then, and of course ancient summoning crystals are also quite nice. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, back out of there, and let's see what else do we need to do at the moment. I think I still don't have any of the guys to do the faction trial with. Maybe later I will, who knows. For now, I'm thinking I'm going to go into the heroes thing and see if, first of all, if I have anybody who can be awakened for some of these pulls. I kind of don't know that I do, but maybe, maybe I have some epics who could get a bit of a boost. I'm not sure. I occasionally have, well, actually, I pretty commonly have things that I can awaken in the epic. In the epic guys after doing some summons, because it looks like I already have rocks up to an A5. Yes, I do. Okay. Well, then in that case, let's get out of that window, and we can sell them, right? Yeah. Alright, so we need the 3-star and the 4-star heroes, and we can just get 510 diamonds and 300 epic awakening tokens for those. I don't think that I had any overflow. Not sure. Let's make certain. Pretty sure that if I did, it would tell me right there, and it didn't. So, alright. Now, okay. In that case, let's go try one more shot at the Siege of Tya, and see how it's coming over here actually with them. This is Phineas, and then probably I'll get off and have some supper. Possibly it's almost 5 o'clock. All right, we've got. I'm gonna fight. I'll remember what I'm doing in a second now. Okay, we're gonna invite some folks along. We've got Merlin Dart. We've got Dobby. Who's on now? That's cool. We've got Boo. Let's see. And then we'll invite everybody else. Did I invite Buggy? I don't know. We'll send him one anyway. I intended to. And then we've got the Buddha, Dragonheart, BS, Derelict, um, Live MCG, TTV, and it looks like JR. There's many ways to read this, but we're going to just invite old JR here and see if anybody comes. If they don't come pretty soon, then I'll just use some Memoria and call it a day. Give them a couple seconds here. No response means move forward. All right, let's take Cody's and Rubian's. Hope Blair has entered the room, so we're good to go on those two. Memorial. All right. Deep within the rift, the lurking mouse begins its eyes. Okay, let's see here. They're starting in the... Well, they've got people all over the place. Okay, well, let's stick Aries here then. Arrogance back here. Let's put Volca, guess there. Not great. He put his there at the same time, so that doesn't work very well. Ajax, we'll go back here. And then Rav. I can't really see what's going on over there. There's somebody. There we go. Found a spot, all is well. Turn on opens. Let's check the overall stats here. We got Sun Wukong at the top, followed by Lord Phineas, Lyra, X, Kajiri, Ingrid, Sulkins, Count Dracula, Arrogance, Ajax, Volca, Wrath, and Aries. And we've got plenty of detriments going right now. So we've got burning, and then damage minus 30%. That's one of his buffs, I think. Deals 20%. Okay, then this is another burning. Magic resistance minus 30%. Another burning. Received burning damage increases. That's very nice. I wonder where that's from. Don't know. I'm not sure who puts that on. That's nice though. We definitely need to keep that in mind because Arrogance does burning and Ajax does burning. So then we've got another burning and defense minus 20%, and then when attacked has a 12% chance of becoming immune to the damage, and that's his buff. Well, he has two of them on it. Interesting. Purgatory says he's very flammable. He is indeed. You might even say he's on fire. Alright, so we've only got a few seconds left on this. I wonder what this does. Takeover enabled. Well, I don't know what that's all about. That's not that's I think that's the one that lets the computer play your people. I don't want that. None of that business. Alright. We got 1,250,610,000 total team damage. And a purification score of 2,501. We got 800 combat merit, 180 supplies, 16 quick clear tickets, and 30 stamina for that. Yeah. Alright, so I think this Cody's up here. So that's 198,125,000 for that girl. I think her name is Lyra. And then 185,804,000 for Hex. 167,795,000 for Phineas. And then 166,166,000 for Sulkins. Then for Rubian, Sun Wukong did 237,215,000. followed by Kajiri with 124,062,000. My guys, Arrogance topped it with 19,228,300. When evil suns descend upon the mortal realm. Alright, so moving right along, I think Phineas is going to be finished here soon, probably well before I get back from lunch, but let's go ahead and do these things real fast. Hey, Maureen got us a deep sea pearl. She also brought us 30 Allen Sun tuna and 30 golden pineapples. I actually need another deep sea pearl, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I don't. I think I do. Let's go check. I can't seem to back up yet anyway. But it's good to know. Let's see. Yes, I will need another deep sea pearl and a volcanic salt before we can do one more right now, but then to do another one, we'll do that. I guess we can go ahead and produce it and see what we get here. We're either going to get summoning crystals or summoning crystal shards. So we got a rare summoning crystal. That's nice. I'll take it. And then we can't get any more until we get those two other items that we need. Let's check over in the friends area here. We've got Ripper, who has invited us to be friends. Let's go ahead and do that. Check mark all the way. Alright, now, I do have a little bit of stamina saved up there, so let's throw it into Gear Raid 3. Why not? Okay, let's check the arena now. I think we can refresh. Looks like it. Well, let's do it. Okay, we have one we can fight here. It's Manowar 777 from Russia. It's 359,327 BP. And so we have some degree of chance against this one. Ezra is very good, but we'll see what happens. Alright, first and foremost, you threw out Xena. She has Perdition's Blade. Okay, so you threw her out and then picked her up right away. We've got the Ezra down here with Void Ripper. He's got World Destroyer mode and World Devourer mode. I'm not sure which things which, but it looked like that was an ultimate that went off at a very untimely moment for him. Then we've got Callista with Dawn's Thrust. Deals 300% AoE damage 2 times and knocks back up to 5 targets hit by this attack. Alright, so that was Manowar 777 with 359,327 BP. And stats show that Ezra topped the damage at 4,937,240, followed by Beatrix at 2,632,950, Magda at 2,520,710, and then Belize at 2,015,310. We got 3 arena coins, 50 infernal emblems, and 8,000 gold for that. Okay, that was all of them that I'm willing to throw my people against. So, hop out of there. We've got some background fights finished. It's 18,040 gold, 1,500 XP potions, 2 pieces of gear, 60 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 20 infernal emblems. Over in events, Soul's Ascent, so it's actually Wizard's Sword. We participated in the arena 10 times, so we get 4 arena permits for that. Okay, let's see. This goes for another 11 days, so we'll wait for a Tales of the Smith to come back out, I think, before we do the gear enhancement. We'll continue participating in the arenas and get more of that. and guild boss rewards, nothing I can do about that. We do have some promotion raids to do for that, but I figure we wait until we get Sun Wukong, probably, and then we'll be needing the promotion raids anyway. So no need to get ahead of ourselves there. Completing resource raids 5 times, yeah, sure. I'm sure we'll get around to that as well. Spending gold, yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. So I think the rest is just kind of gonna come naturally, and no need really to go out of my way to do any of those things specifically. I think I'm out of the stamps. All right. So looks like it's a good time for me to get off for now. But wait, let's check on the Odyssey and see where we're at. Hey, man, didn't I tell you that the zombie invasion would do good things? We got 7,783 out of the 10,000 kills that we need there. So cool. Definitely going to be able to do that with probably one more round of zombie invasion. Not right now, because I think it's about time for me to get some food, a bit of a break, and I'm sure that I'll probably be back on here at some point tonight. Can't guarantee it. I do potentially have a magic draft to do here in a little bit, not very long at all. So I may or may not be able to get back on. I also want to do EverQuest Legends a bit today if I can. So I'm not sure. We're gonna see how that goes. One way or another, it's been a pleasure streaming with you all as always, and hopefully I will see you all again soon. If you're not following me, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see the next time that I go live. Goodbye for now. I'll see you all later.